We're so glad that you're here. As they say in commercials, we know you have a lot of choices. Thank you for choosing us. Kendall, did you fall? What's going on over there? You okay?
I broke a camera.
Oh, great. You'll be billed. Welcome back to the show. It's your chance to see and taste the world, even though we really can't travel these days. But you don't need to, because the new season of the Netflix and food and travel show Somebody Feed Phil is streaming now. It features TV producer Phil Rosenthal. That's the guy who created Everybody Loves Raymond, traveling the world and the U.S., eating great food along the way. Well, this was delightful. I talked to Phil about the origins of the show and why Ray Romano is actually the inspiration. Take a look.
So, Phil, let me ask you, I always like to know the kernel of ideas. My saying is, I want to be in the meeting when blank happened. How did this come up? How did the concept for this show come up?
It started on Everybody Loves Raymond. So, I created that show. And after the first season of that show, we were going to go on hiatus. We had been picked up to a second season. Everybody's celebrating. I said to Ray, where are you going to go on your little vacation now between season 1 and season 2? And he goes, oh, I go to the Jersey Shore. And I said, oh, that's nice. Have you ever been to Europe? And he goes, nah. I said, why not? He goes, I'm not really interested in other cultures. Even his own culture, Italian. He's never been there. And that's when I thought, we got to do that episode. I'm going to write that episode where we send Ray over to Italy with the attitude that he's not interested in other cultures, and he's going to be transformed. He's going to get woke, right? And he's going to come back as me, someone very excited about travel and food and meeting people and embracing other cultures. And so I write that episode, and took a couple of years to convince him to go. Took a couple of years to get the money from CBS to go. But we go. And what I wrote, the arc of that character, where he gets transformed by the magic of travel, I saw happen to the person. I saw it happen to Ray Romano, my friend. He got all excited. Phil, have you tried this pizza? Oh my God, the gelato's like the best I ever had in my whole life. I'm like, yeah. That's it, Ray. That's the thing to get. And then he's going, look how beautiful. Yes. And right there, that was the year 2000. So 20 years ago.
Oh, my goodness. Phil, that was in 2000?
20 years ago, right?
Oh, my goodness.
Since then, I wanted to do this show. And then, because I wanted to turn other people on to what I saw. I dare say that's why you do what you do. You like turning people on to stuff you like, right? And there's no bigger.
I said one of the biggest joys is, for instance, like this show, your show. Jeff brings it to me. We tell people. And then I think you feel the same way. When I get emails telling me, Jace, I watched your show. You told me about Phil's show, and I love it. I get such a thrill from that.
Me too. It's everything.
Yeah.
And so Raymond ended in 2005, and it took me 10 years to get this show. First on PBS, in I'll Have What Phil's Having, which, if people don't know that there was another show before Somebody Feed Phil, it's the same exact show. There's 6 episodes on PBS, and you can find them, I think, on iTunes and Amazon if you want to see those. And we started there with Paris and Florence and Barcelona, so like pretty big cities, but it's the same exact show.
Phil, let me ask you, because I'm such a TV nerd, I could talk to you for 2 hours. As a guy that was in the network circus, you were in the machinery, you were in the big four, as they say. Do you think and I think I know your answer, but to what level, do you think this age of streaming is so beneficial to creatives? Because a show like yours probably wouldn't be picked up for a CBS, 7:30 time slot, but for Netflix, it's a perfect fit. Did the emergence, what I'm asking is, did the emergence of streaming re-excite your passion for television after so many years in the network machine?
Absolutely. There's a certain freedom there, but there's also a downside. The downside is it's a constant need, it seems, for new content. It's almost disposable, right? With few exceptions. Netflix, for example, as great as it is to do 5 or 6 episodes, hand it to them, they push a button, and it's on in every country on the earth. at the same time. There's a certain thrill in that, because we do what we do because we want to connect with people. So that there's never been anything like the power of that, of Netflix. But
let me ask you,
it's very rare that a show lasts more than 2 seasons on Netflix. They only renew 5% of their existing shows. So on network TV, if you hit, you could be on for, like Raymond, 9 years, and then syndication, and you're on forever. On Netflix, yeah, you'll be on forever, but maybe it's only 8, 9 episodes, right?
Yeah.
So it's you constantly have to prove yourself and I don't know what the secret is. There's pluses and minuses to both.
So interesting. You never thought about it that way. Because used to, if you had a show on one of the 4, wow, that was a big deal because there was only 4 networks. And now, yeah. We're not done with Phil yet. After the break, I'm going to talk to him about where he goes in season 4 of his show and the surprising spot in the U.S. he said he learned the most. That and more when we come back. Back in a moment. Phil Rosenthal.
The best part of traveling, sitting with people you just met and sharing a meal with them.
Am I lucky to have this job? Yes. Are there occupational hazards? Yes.
Cue dramatic music.
Oh, boy. Man, this is a lot. Too much? Yeah. Please don't die. Don't die on me.
Please don't die. That's exactly what you want to hear from a guy that just handed you a sandwich. It's a clip from the new season of the Netflix show Somebody Feed Phil with Phil Rosenthal. Season 4 is available now. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Before the break, I talked to Phil about the inspiration for his show. We also got to chat about the new cities he visits this season and what surprised him in those cities. Take a look.
Season 4, let's talk about that.
Yes.
Rio, San Fran, Singapore, the Delta, and Hawaii.
Did you get to see any?
I don't want to ask you the lame question of tell me your favorite, but
Yeah.
which one, you talked about Ray having kind of a learning moment.
Yeah.
Which one was the best learning moment for you out of this season?
I'm going to say, listen, I love them all, and I have a ball in all of them. And like Rio is the most gorgeous physical setting of a city I think I've ever seen. Have you been there?
No, I haven't.
So that's spectacular. But where I learned the most was the Mississippi Delta,
Why?
because I thought I was going into the movie Deliverance because of what I'd seen and heard. I thought it was just going to be a redneck country. I didn't know what to expect. It was the opposite for me. I was embraced by Black, white, Asian, it was this beautiful melting pot. I met a guy, this place, Abe's Barbecue, okay, in Mississippi. This is a Syrian refugee who has one of the best barbecue joints in America. Serious.
Oh my goodness.
So this is, I see you're surprised to hear that.
If you would have had me guess the proprietor of Abe's Barbecue, I would never have said a Syrian refugee.
Watch the episode. He's beautiful. Everybody was so great. I just love the people there so much. It's the opposite of what the news tells us about, or the movies tell us about a place. And I find that that's why you travel, because the news covers conflict, right? I went to a little diner where they were on opposite sides of things politically, and these old guys, they get together every day and they sit at a table that's been marked the table of knowledge, and they sit and have lunch every day and they talk. And you know what? That's not on the news.
No.
Oh my God, these left-leaning people and these right-leaning people, they got together today in Mississippi. You know what happened? They sat and had lunch like they do every day.
At the table of knowledge. That's
right.
At the table of knowledge.
That's right.
Phil, thank you for your time. You have a lot of fans here in Minneapolis, so thank you so much.
I can't wait to get there. I know you got a big food culture there. I can't wait to come.
Phil, sincerely, I mean, we are known for theater, our music scene, and our food scene is amazing.
Yes.
So please come visit us.
Can't wait.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you, my friend.
What a delight. I'm not joking. You know me. I could have talked to him about Everybody Loves Raymond. And don't you want to see his ATM balance? Let's just be honest. Right, Dan? Don't you want to see his ATM balance? Yeah, you do. Because Everybody Loves Raymond is running every day in every country, and he's getting royalties. I just want to see his ATM, that's all. Season 4 of Somebody Feed Phil is available right now to stream on Netflix.